very great honor and joy to welcome Mr. David Lynch.
David is not going to give a lecture, but he's going to answer questions from you. So please feel free to ask anything you like. David Lynch.
Thank you, Raymond. And thank you for the great national anthem. That's the way it should be played. The name of the foundation is the David Lynch Foundation for Consciousness-Based Education and World Peace. Consciousness-based education is education with the same classes of any other school, but with the added benefits of diving within twice a day, as you saw in this video. So this consciousness-based education, they say the knower and the known and the process of knowing. In school today, there's the process of knowing, there's the known, but hardly anything is being done for the knower, the student. And now this student, every one of us has consciousness, but not everyone has the same amount. This is the problem. The potential for the individual, the human being, is infinite consciousness. The full potential of the human being, infinite consciousness. And if you give these students a chance to dive within and experience the big treasury, ocean of pure fullness of consciousness within, at the base of all matter and all mind, every time they experience it, they unfold more and more, and they begin to expand that consciousness. And consciousness has qualities. So tied to consciousness is intelligence, creativity, happiness, love, energy, power, and peace. And this field they dive into is all positive. No negativity in this field, just as there's no darkness in the brightest light. So consciousness-based education gives them this technique to clean the machine, relieve them of stress, all kinds of negativity, impurities, expand that consciousness. And the side effect is all negativity starts to lift away from these students. And that means that anxieties and tensions and stress, sorrow, depression, hate, anger, and fear all get a chance to go away. So the student starts getting happy, grades go up, fights stop, and it becomes a school filled with bliss, filled with happiness. And it's a life-transforming thing, this consciousness-based education, a school-transforming thing. Teachers who have teacher burnout, sick of teaching, with all this stress, now they get happy. The relationship between students and teachers gets so good. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see a school transform like this. Even the worst schools where this is given, 1 year later you come back and you see a school you would really want to go to. So the David Lynch Foundation raises money to give this technique to any student who wants it or any school who wants it anywhere in the world. Then there's a thing of world peace. Everybody knows there's lots and lots of talk about peace, but there hasn't been a permanent peace on earth for who knows how long. And so it's a strange thing to talk about world peace, but real peace, they say, is the absence of all negativity. All negativity. So in the world, the same thing could happen in collective consciousness in the world that happens in a student. Negativity lifts away, more and more happiness, love, intelligence, creativity, power comes up in the student. If you could enliven this field of unity, ocean of consciousness, ocean of peace, in a peace-creating group, doing transcendental meditation and advanced techniques, enliven this so powerfully that it affects everyone. It's like that we live in darkness, and this would bring the sun up. And when the sun comes up, everybody can enjoy the light and warmth of the sun. Everybody. It changes things. Negativity goes away. People get happy, and there's negativity lifting. The seeds of war are gone. Real peace is not just the absence of war, it's the absence of the seeds of war, negativity. So that's what the David Lynch Foundation is trying to do. Why it happens now, I don't know exactly why it happened, but it happened in 2005, and since then, we've helped teach about 150,000 people. And that's a lot of people that have been helped. Sweden, I've heard, like every other country, has problems in schools, problems with education. In the United States, many places, education is a joke. You have, everybody, like I said, has consciousness, a little ball of consciousness or a great big ball of consciousness. We just put information in and in and in. Nothing is done to relieve the student of this stress, sometimes traumatic stress, hate and anger, all this bullying, cliques, tension, fights. And some of these schools, the ambulance and the police are called once a week. Some of the worst schools in the States got transcendental meditation. The TM teachers stayed with the students for 1 year, and they found there was big hurdles to overcome. But they taught all the students, they taught all the teachers, they taught the staff, taught the principal. And 1 year later, it's a school that you would love to go to. The fighting stopped. Their relationships improved. Grades went up. Relationships between the students and the teachers improved. The teachers who are getting teacher burnout and not liking to teach anymore are loving to teach. They don't have an art class in this one school that I'm thinking about, but the walls are filled with art. Creativity is flowing, all because they learned the technique to dive within and unfold all that positive and see negativity lifting. Very, very beautiful. It really works. It's not a strange thing to meditate. It's strange not to meditate. And people are catching on to this now. It's a beautiful time coming. Some people think transcendental meditation, they say it's a religion. So people, who are very religious, they say, no, don't go for this thing. Some people say it's a sect. And they say, no, you're joining some kind of strange bunch, don't go for this thing. And some people, though, hear about it from a friend, see their changes in their friend, and they say, if these changes happen in this person like this, I want this thing. So little by little, now principals are talking to other principals. It's been in enough schools, and every time they goes into school, they do research. It's gotten to the point where the whole thing of this being a religion is out the window. It's a mental technique, and you can start it when you're 10 years old. And the results are so plain to see that people can't argue against it. And when kids start, they feel better. And so the parents see this. They're very, very happy. And other students see them, feeling good, and they're talking good about it. And so it spreads. Teachers are talking to teachers now. So it's spreading. And it's not a sect. I've been meditating for 37 years, twice a day. I'm not joining any club. And I don't want to join a club. I don't want another religion. It's a mental technique, and it's life transforming. It feeds the work, feeds the life. And it's a technique that is, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi brought this technique out. It's an ancient form of meditation, been many times here, but now he's reviving it for this time. It's a technique of effortless transcending. And this is a giant blessing. Say, 50 years ago, you could say the transcendent, and people think it's mysticism. But now, with quantum physics, quantum cosmology, chemistry, mathematics, and physiology, I think, have all discovered on their own the unified field. And it's at the base of all matter and mind. And it's the unity of all the particles and forces of creation, unified field. And with brain research, they can tell when a student truly transcends and experiences this unified field. It's the only experience that lights the full brain on the EEG machine. Any other thing we do uses just a little piece of the brain, even heavy-duty physics, painting, music, anything, a certain part of the brain. That's why they said we only use 5 or 10% of our brain. But here's an experience. You transcend, and the whole brain gains this coherence, all total brain coherence. Only experience in life that does this. That's the science side of it. And Maharishi brought this subjective science, the science of consciousness, ocean of consciousness, same thing as the unified field. It's one field, one without a second. It's eternal, unbounded, infinite, always and forever been there. It's there now, and it will be there forever. Everything that is a thing has emerged from this field. And you can experience it, and it's life transforming. So little by little, people are catching on that if you really want to change the world, you've got to change it from this deepest level. If you really want to change people, you change it from this deepest level.